Hi, families. My name's Taylor. I'm a speech therapist at ICEC, and this week's theme is Mother's Day. So I just want to take a moment to say Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. I hope you guys are all surviving and get spoiled this week or even on Mother's Day. I'm sure your families are all very thankful to have you in their lives. So this week we are going to do some Mother's Day fun. And in the communication station, we are going to be reading the book, Are You My Mother? So I don't have the book at my house. I only have it at ICEC. So I have brought it up on YouTube. And so I just went to YouTube and I pulled it up. Can you see that? And then it's going to play for me.
The bird sat on her egg.
You can hear it. Sometimes you can go to it and mute it. And I like to read the story instead of listening to the person read it to me. So sometimes it's just better to narrate it rather than read the words. So I like to just comment on what's happening on the screen rather than listening to the words because it can just be a little bit too much for our kids. So you can take a look at the pictures, scan through it before you have your child sit down and read it with you, and get some manipulatives. So some things we're going to need for today are some animals, tractor, baby, mama. You can get a nest, whatever you have around the house. I have just some little pretend animals. So I went through the book and I saw, okay, there's a dog, there's a chicken, there's a bird, a cow, a cat. I didn't have like a plastic cat, so I just grabbed one of my Beanie Babies cats, and then a tractor. I don't have a nest. You can make a nest out of paper, or you could just use the nest that's on the screen in the book, or in the book, whichever one you have. Sometimes it's better on the computer or just the tablet, and you can turn the page and then you can see it, and then you can go through and have your kid work on their speech goals that way. So for today, for this theme or for the book, we are going to be working on answering yes, no, fact-based questions. So when I say fact-based, I mean questions like, is it a cow? Is this a mommy? Is it a baby? Does it say moo? Things that describe it are more fact-based versus a desire-based yes-no question would be, do you want the cow? So we're going to work on the fact-based. You can also work on desire-based, but for now we're working on answering with the yes and the no. So I'll go to the screen or go to my pictures, my book, and let's see. Let's say it's on the page with the dog. For some reason it's really dark on my screen, so I can't show you, but there's a dog on the picture. So I'll get my dog and I'll say, is this a dog? And have your kids say yes. Sometimes we can play jokes with them and joke around and say, is this a dog? No. Is this a dog? No. Is this a dog? Yes. So then we're going to give them the dog, and then we're going to want them to match it to the dog in the book. So you can tell them, put on, or find same. So they're going to get the dog and put it on and find the same. We can also work on identifying objects or animals in the book. So you can show them the screen, find dog, and see if they'll point to the dog. If they don't, if they point to something else, just redirect them and say, look, there's the dog, find dog, and have them point to the dog. If they don't do it again, then you can, what we call hand over hand, you're going to take your hand, put it on their hand, and help them point to the dog in the book. We can also work on identifying objects in a field of two choices. So I'll give them two choices, two objects, and say, find dog. So we have a chicken and a dog. You can label it before for them if they need that extra prompt of what each thing is, or you can just present it to them and then say, find dog. So either present it and say, find dog, or you can say, look, I have chicken and dog. Find dog. And have them point or reach for the dog. We can also work on requesting. So sometimes I'll give them choices like, which one do you want? Do you want bird or do you want tractor? Or we can just put them out there and say, which one do you want? and then see if they're able to use their words, then have them use their words to label the object that it is that they want, or we can work on them signing I want, them reaching and pointing to the one they want. If they're not yet using their words but they are signing, have them sign the sign I want or more, and then give it to them. But while you're giving it to them, have label what it is that they are requesting. So if I presented, do you want tractor or bird? And your kid's saying, I want, and they're reaching for the one, say they're reaching for the bird. Oh, you want the bird. Here you go. Here's the bird. And then you can give them the bird. And then the last thing we can work on with this story is the animal sounds. So we can either, well, we're going to model it, but we're also working on them imitating it. So if imitation is kind of tricky for them, we can work on making it simpler. So like for cow, we can say, oh look, cow says moo. You try moo. If they're not able to do the and the oo together to make moo, then break it down. Let's try or we can just try the vowel ooh and see what they make. If they just vocalize, then give it to them and say, oh, I like how you turned your voice on, or that's nice trying. But ultimately, we're just modeling moo moo and see what they come up with. A lot of times it's just giving our kids exposure to these things, and then trying to prompt them to do any form of imitation to get the object that they want. And as you go through the story, you'll see the different animals. You can get the animal and match it. You can comment on what the sound makes or what it does. And then the yes/no questions. If you don't have the little pretend animals or little toys like this, you can go on the internet and just print off some pictures. They don't have to be the exact same. Sometimes it's fun to have different cows or different dogs than what is exactly in the book, so then they have to like generalize. Not all dogs look the same, so one dog's yellow, one dog's brown. Or you can draw and color them. Just depends on if you have a printer, if you want to cut and color. There's lots of fun ways to adapt this activity. So yeah, if you have questions, let me know, and I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and happy Mother's Day. Thank you. Bye.